Hello and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today we're going to be doing the daily reading for Monday, March 1st, 2021. Happy March 1st, everyone. We're here. We made it. We are in the month of March, and it's going to be a very powerful month. I can just feel it. Very intense, lots of deep healing. Lots and lots going on the energetic and in the ethereal realms, I feel, but a really beautiful, powerful month that's going to help set the stage and help us to accomplish the healing that we're going to need to do in order to progress in our journey throughout the rest of this Muggle calendar year. And yes, we are nearing that 3-3 portal. I felt those energies really kind of starting to open up with that full moon. And so check out that 3-3 portal video if you guys have not yet. It is listed under portals and gateways in the playlists tab. All right, today is a portal day. And so taking lots and lots of care of ourselves, getting lots of rest, really loving ourselves, and working to tap into those higher dimensions if we so choose. That energy is very much available to us today. The galactic signature of today is the red crystal earth energy, and this is a day that's ruled by the root chakra and guided by universal water. So a very purifying day. And this red crystal earth energy, the red earth energy is all about evolution, navigation, and synchronicity. And so it's this process of us navigating our world and us continuing to grow, us continuing to evolve through the process of connecting in with the earth and the earth's energy, really synchronizing with the energies of the earth and synchronizing with each other, becoming unified with the earth and then also with one another, and really paying attention to and allowing ourselves to be guided by the synchronicities. If we pay attention, we are being spoken to by spirit, by our guides, by our higher self, by the earth herself, in every single moment of every day. It's just whether or not we're paying attention. So today we're being guided to pay attention. With this crystal tone, which is all about dedication, universalization, and cooperation, we're also being guided to cooperate with other like-minded souls. Today's a day with this red earth energy where we're really focused on the collective experience, the collective knowledge, and universalizing our knowledge so that it's applicable and it can be utilized by the collective, by the whole. So really coming together with people today with this cooperative crystal tone to make positive impacts on the world around us, to bring knowledge, to bring love, to bring light to the collective, to bring our wisdom to the collective, and to really synchronize with that collective energy and be that guiding force, be that light that is helping and working towards the evolution of the whole. The affirmation for today is, I dedicate in order to evolve, universalizing synchronicity. I seal the matrix of navigation with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of universal water. So really tapping into and working with that energy today, working deeply with the earth if you are able. We have a lot of really powerful astrology going on today as well. And we do have the moon now in the sign of Libra. We have a lot of configurations going on. So we have a bisextile with the moon, the south node, and Mercury and Jupiter. And so this is really a beneficial energy. We have a lot of really supportive energies going on today. We also have a grand air trine going on between the moon, the north node, and Mercury and Jupiter. And so a lot of action happening with these planets today, with the moon, with the nodes, with Mercury and Jupiter. And so I'm feeling this as sort of like after the intensity of that full moon, and we saw ourselves being supported action-oriented wise and in the grounding and the integrating with that grand earth trine from yesterday. So now we have this grand air trine and like with Jupiter in the mix, right? And so, and Mercury. So this is our mindset. So we're feeling that more positive mindset today. We're really able to come to terms with the things going on in our lives. If there has been anything that we've been struggling with, if a lot of emotions came up with that full moon, we're really being able to put that more into context today, and to really, it's like a very soothing energy that I'm feeling. It's like we're getting that sort of, I'm imagining like spirit breathing into our minds, just like this beautiful golden light, and it has this freshness to it. So really rejuvenating in that aspect. And we are We're feeling harmonized on an emotional level in many ways, with the moon involved in a lot of this. And also really looking toward, we're understanding and we're seeing everything from the past that has been influencing us, but we're ready to move toward the future. And we're also seeing and feeling a pathway to that. And I'm feeling that I'm feeling that feeling aspect actually even more than the seeing, even though this is a lot of, and the understanding, even though this is a lot of air energy. It's almost like even if we don't know how to get there yet, we can feel it. We can feel that something's coming and it's going to be really beautiful and really powerful. And so it's just really utilizing that red earth energy to synchronize today, to tap into those synchronicities, to tap into where we're being led, even if we don't necessarily fully understand where we're going yet. And we do have a couple mystic triangles going on today as well. So all of these aspects that I'm talking about have involved trines and sextiles, which are both very harmonious, supportive energies. The trines are a little bit, I don't want to say lazier, but they're more laid back. They're just really nice and harmonious, and they just feel really good. But they don't necessarily inspire a lot of action. However, the sextiles are very motivating. They're very cerebral. They're very stimulating, and they do inspire positive action. So it's really beautiful energy. But with these mystic triangles, we do have a couple oppositions going on. We have the moon in opposition to Chiron, and moving, as it moves out of opposition to Chiron, it's going to move into opposition to true black moon. So that is a bit of an intensity, but with all of this beneficial energy supporting us today, it's really allowing us to, yes, more of these emotional wounds, more of these emotional TRAUMAs may be coming up today, but we're able to hold them. We're able to be with them. We're able to see them for what they are, is what I'm feeling. Like seeing and recognizing them for what they are, and they don't hold as much weight anymore. Like we're beginning to set ourselves free is sort of the energy that I'm feeling today, which is really, really gorgeous. And so we're going to get right into the reading here. Oh, interesting. So I'm being called to use the Urban Tarot Clear, one of the newer decks that I got recently. And so the first card falling out is Art. And this in the traditional deck would be the Temperance card. So this is very much the energy that we're in today. This is the energy of healing. This is the energy of alchemy, of coming into balance. This is also the energy that's asking us to have patience. And with this Art card, it's really asking us to take that creative approach today. To take that creative approach in all we do, to see the beauty in all we do, and to understand it's drawing in that the yellow star energy, right? Of that everything is a work of art. We are a living work of art. So really allowing your healing process to become an art today, being really present with it, being really patient with it, and really just allowing whatever's going to come up and seeing it as beautiful is how I'm really feeling this card. And it's also Spirit just telling us be patient. There's a lot going on right now. It's okay to be feeling unsettled. It's okay to be feeling unsure. Just be patient with your process. And then we have oppression coming out, right? This is that unsettled energy, that energy of feeling held back, that energy of feeling held down, right? But that's coming out with dominion. And so this is like us having dominion over our fears, over our doubts, over whatever it is that we've been struggling with, that we've been struggling against. Like, first of all, Spirit wants us to know we don't have to struggle. The resistance is part of what the problem is, right? What we resist persists. And so stop struggling so hard against it. Just surrender it. Be patient with that process. And understand that when you let go, when you surrender, when you instead of looking at how you feel bound today, look at the ways that you feel free. And you can have dominion over this energy. This energy does not have to rule us today. Right? And this reminds me, this is Wands energy, so it's not necessarily about swords, but it reminded me of something that I was thinking of this morning. I was reading this text by this guy that I follow on Facebook, and he actually he writes some really fascinating stuff. And he was talking about this transition as we're transitioning into the new earth. And it was fascinating because his guides are telling him that we're actually transitioning into the 4th dimension, not the 5th. But like, I don't talk a lot about the dimensions and all of that because I think there's a lot of different understandings of it. And I don't think any of us have it 100% right. All I know and all I'm being guided to share is how we get there. Wherever it is we're going, this is how we get there, right? We choose love in every moment. We elevate our vibration. We release what isn't serving us. We do all the things that we talk about on here, right? And we're going to get exactly where we're meant to go. And I have complete trust and faith that if we do those things, we will end up somewhere really beautiful that we want to be, right? So I keep it simple like that. But the interesting thing he was talking about that I really related to was as we move into this fourth or fifth dimension, whatever you want to call it, into this new earth energy, because we're moving out of third density, our thoughts manifest much more quickly, right? And we've been feeling this as our minds become more powerful and our manifestations become more powerful and faster. Like it's pretty much instant. And so that's what we're training for right now. And so a big part, and this makes sense when we've been talking about the Mercury retrogrades and the way that, if you guys watched the first Mercury retrograde video for this year, we talked about how we're really working of mastery of the mind with these retrogrades, which are all in air signs. And it's because we must master our minds. If our minds are that powerful and we are still stuck in these negative loops, we're going to be instantly manifesting all of our fears. And we don't want to be doing that. We want to be instantly manifesting beautiful things. And so I've been feeling this energy. Spirit has been training me hard in this, and it's been rough work, I'll tell you what. Because I am a person who, I don't want to say that. Words are powerful. Who at one point did struggle with a lot of anxiety and a lot of those worst case scenarios. And I have done and am still doing a lot of work around that to retrain that mindset, to retrain my mind. And so this has been a very intense process with me that I've been undergoing. And I'm still trying to learn. And once I do fully learn how to do this, you guys, I will create some sort of course or something around it for people because I think it's so powerful and so important right now. And so when I read what he was saying about that, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yes, that is exactly why this is happening right now. So yeah, it's that dominion, right? Dominion over oppression. And that oppression, in many cases, has to do with our own mind state. It has to do with what we are creating, the way that we are perceiving things. And so really gaining dominion over our perception is what I'm feeling from that right now. All right. And then we have the Princess of Swords, the activist, coming out with the Public Defender, Queen of Wands, and the Four of Wands, completion. All right. And yes, so this is about us standing up for what we believe in today. DEFENDing what it is that we believe in. I probably should have been spelling a lot more words here. Hopefully this goes all right, but you know. Oh God. Yeah, if you guys want to check out me not spelling out words, check me out on Instagram. I do daily readings there every day now. I'm getting much more active on there. My handle is down below, as well as my TikTok, where I do little mini readings. It's a much more free-flowing atmosphere over on those other platforms right now. But yeah, so this is really us standing up for what it is that matters to us today. And really, and this could be social GUSTICE causes. This could be a lot of different things. This could be causes in our personal lives where we're just really learning how to stand in our own POWER today. And that's a huge cycle. Like, that's a cycle of completion for us, is learning how to do that, is learning how to really stand behind what it is that we believe, and how to be our own champions, as well as for many the champions of others. But that starts with learning how to be our own champion. So I think a lot of people have been learning how to do that. And that's a cycle, at least the first phase of a cycle, right? That is coming into completion. There's like, we're feeling, it's like the foundation of that has been built. We're still going to be learning and growing as to how we stand in our POWER, right? As to how we DEFEND the things that matter to us. However, we're like building a foundation in that right now. That foundation, we may find today that foundation has been built, that we're seeing how that is happening in our lives, the ways that we are able to handle situations today in a way that, a much more empowered way than we were before. And then we have the High Priestess coming out. Tell me more about the High Priestess. With the Devil and worry, okay? So this is that mind energy that we were talking about, right? When the mind runs amok. And all of the different ways that our mind energy traps us in these cycles of stress and worry. And so we're being asked to tap into our higher intuition today, into our higher selves, to really move ourselves out of this energy. Because as we talked about, if we want to have dominion over our reality, we have to have dominion over our minds. And so really working on that today, really sinking into this. Like, this is also a self-care card, right? I love that, how she's in the bath. And so really caring for ourselves today, really nurturing ourselves, really being loving to ourselves when these old habitual patterns of worry pop up. And rerouting our thinking and going up to our higher self and asking our higher self to help us with that perhaps today. How do I reroute my thinking? How do I shift my perspective? How do I get out of this energy of worry? It's like people are afraid. It's worry, and it's also like, it's that collective FEAR consciousness, right? And getting sucked into that collective FEAR consciousness. So we're being asked not to do that. That consciousness is very loud right now because it wants to pull us in. When we talk about the things we need to do to shift, that's the number one thing, is choosing love over FEAR. So are we able to do that? Are we getting pulled back into this narrative? Are we getting pulled back into this energy, this mass consciousness energy? And how can we pull ourselves and shift ourselves back out? And we do that by reconnecting with our higher self, by taking that time to get quiet, to get centered, to breathe, and to bring in that energy, to bring in that more positive energy, to bring in that more centering energy today. Yes, and then we have Strength coming out and the Empress. Yeah. So this card can often represent, the lion can represent the mind. So once again, the taming of the mind energy, right? The stepping into, calling upon our inner strength, knowing, it's like, I feel like some of us started forgetting how strong we really are. And so it's like we're being reminded of that today. We're being reminded to tap into our strength and to know that, like, the amount of strength that we have within us far outweighs any perceived challenges or obstacles in our path. And then we have the Empress, right? So this is that new cycle. This is that beautiful, abundant, fertile energy coming in. And that comes in through strength, right? And this is also being strong when it comes to our ability to nurture and our ability to love. The Empress is all about love and nurturing. So really tapping into our inner nurturing qualities. Nurture ourselves, nurture others today. And know the strength that lies within our divine feminine energy. That's what, with the Empress and the Strength here, I'm really feeling divine feminine energy coming through. And us, regardless of gender, tapping into that energy today. That energy of compromise, that energy of tolerance and compassion. That energy of just that energy of POWER with instead of POWER over. Okay, really working with that today. And utilizing that energy, just understanding the strength in our vulnerability today and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable if we need to, even if we need to take time out and time away in order to feel safe doing that, to really tap into that today and allow our divine feminine strength and vulnerability and compassion to guide us. Yes, and then we have Strife and Justice inverted. So yeah, there's a lot of energy around us where we're feeling as though situations are not fair, they are not just, and it's causing a lot of chaos in our minds, in our beings, in our energy. And so what we have to do is just trust that GUSTICE will always prevail, right? Divine GUSTICE. Just really know and trust in that, and just focus on what can you do today, right? We have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck with the Chariot. All right, and the Hanged Man, which is that switch in perspective. And so it's really like stepping into that deeper level of wisdom where we know and understand that the most important thing we can do in order to combat INGUSTICE is to be fair and JUST in our own lives. To bring that beautiful love and compassion into our own lives, into our interactions in the world, into everything that we do, to really move with that sense of integrity in our own world and really exemplify that and put that energy out there. That's what we can do, right? All we can do is work on our little corner of the world. Yes, we can join causes. We can do stuff like that. And that is beautiful if that's something that you're drawn to do. However, like, it starts at home. And so that's really what I'm feeling here, is like it starts at home today. And so have that patience with your process. Work on your own spiritual condition. Work on caring for yourself. Work on nurturing yourself. Work on nurturing those around you. Work on bringing love and empathy and all of that divine feminine energy into everything that you do today. And really soothe that mental space, soothe that mind space. Connect with your higher self. It's a portal day, so you can really connect with your guides easily today too. And ask them, how do I achieve this mastery over the mind? How do I soothe these energies when they come up? How do I act from a place of integrity and compassion, but at the same time stand rooted in my POWER? Because that is what we're learning to do right now, and that is divine feminine energy at its finest. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you. If you like this video, drop a comment. Let me know how today is resonating for you. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. And my email is also down below with the description of my services. Please reach out to me if you would like a personal reading, if you would like an energy healing, a theta healing session, any of the things that I do. I would love to do them for you. Mwah.